Bank of America will now charge its debit users $5 a month if you use your debit card to make purchases. However, if you use the debit card at a B of A ATM just to take some money out and then you make all your purchases in cash, they will not charge you $5 a month, right? Now, I think this is disastrous. Of course, this is a way for them to fight back the government regulations that the government imposed. They were given a cap when it came to charging merchants per swipe. And at first, they were charging merchants 44 cents per swipe, but now they're capped at 24 cents per swipe. So Bank of America, they're not making enough profit, so now they have to go off and rip off the people that are, in need of the most money.
Yeah, so they're like, oh, we can't charge other businesses? Great, we'll charge our clients even better.
It's just
they can't fight back. All right, the thing is, it's a disastrous idea because they can fight back. A lot of people will switch banks. And, I immediately started thinking about, hey, if that's me, do I switch banks, et cetera? And I'm sure a significant percentage will, and then they'll have even less deposits. And the problem that Bank of America has, they say, oh, this is overregulation and we had to do this. Nonsense. Bank of America's real problems doesn't have anything to do with that. And they have significant problems now. It's because they did the toxic mortgages, right? And they took all this actually free money from the government, and the government covered up for them by saying, they did what Sheila Bair called an accounting gimmick. She was the head of the FDIC, and she said, I don't know why we're letting them get away with all this stuff. Because the banks literally called Tim Geithner, the Treasury Secretary, quote, our man in Washington, okay? So Tim Geithner works for things like Bank of America. But the Bank of America screwed up the mortgages so badly, lost so much money, that despite the accounting gimmicks, despite the free money from the Federal Reserve, they still are not able to cover their losses, okay? So then they turn around and go, oh yeah, I gotta charge customers $5 more. Like as if it's because of some consumer protections that we passed. No, it's because they're desperate and they're in a panic.
But they're playing it right, and I'll tell you why. They're playing it right because people who oppose government regulation of banks could then look at this story and say, see, you try to regulate the banks and this is what happens.
No, I know.
Right?
They're doing the PR right as to the reason why they're doing it. And in fact, the whole media has bought it. Nobody even questions it, right? But in terms of the actual policy, they're playing it wrong because when people take their money out of Bank of America, they will have less capital. And one of the main problems is they've got all these enormous risky bets that they don't have enough capital to cover those bets.
Right.
So when they have less capital, they're going to be even in worse shape. So even the slightest error will push them into insolvency. So it's actually a disastrous idea. And Bank of America's stock was already in massive trouble. If I'm an investor, I look at that and go, sell, sell, sell.